Low Carb, and on this episode, we're gonna do keto meal prep with my air fryer, coming up next. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, Candace of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're gonna do keto meal prep with my COSORI air fryer. Before we dive into all the awesome air fryer content for the ketogenic diet, first make sure that you dance your fingers down like you're dancing to Britney Spears, smash that like button, make sure you click subscribe, and also sign up for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss email. It's my keto diet meal plan, my gift for you that is delivered every weight loss Wednesday to your inbox. That is down in the description link below to sign up for that free service that I offer. Now let's dive into the content. So guys, I'm super stoked. On today's episode is part 2 in a 3-part series for my keto meal prep. Part 1 was the grocery shopping, and part 3, which will be in the description link below when it's released, will be more air fryer recipes and keto instant pot recipes. Yay! So on this episode, I am using my COSORI air fryer. It will be in the description link below. I'm jamming out and loving my COSORI air fryer. In fact, I love all of their products that they graciously send me. This is not sponsored by them, but they were gracious enough to mail me one for free. And I'm super stoked to share these recipes with you all in the description link below too, so you can enjoy these with your family. Okay, so the 3 recipes we're gonna be doing today. First one are gonna be my keto air fryer sausage bites or sausage balls. Number 2 will be my keto air fryer chicken kebabs. They're so good. And number 3 will be my air fryer ketogenic diet fried pickle recipe. Those are the 3 ones we're gonna be focusing in on today for your meal prep. So let's dive into number 1, keto air fryer sausage bites. So for our air fryer keto sausage bites that we're gonna be making, the ingredients you're gonna need are 16 ounces of sausage, 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of pork panko. I will put that in the description link below, or you can also grind up some pork rinds until like thin dust basically, and then of course using it in the air fryer. So I've got my sausage starting to cook, and then I'm gonna go ahead and step over here to my other station. And excuse the mess, this is Real Weight Loss Meets Real Life. Eventually I'll put away the Easter stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my shredder and start shredding the 2 cups of the cheese. So now that my sausage is cooked, So I cook my sausage thoroughly. You could use this, by the way, without an air fryer, but why would you, right? Like COSORI makes a great air fryer. It's a good product. So the recipe that I'm looking at is my recipe on CounterSoftLowCarb.com. Basically what you're gonna do is first cook your sausage thoroughly. I'm gonna go ahead and she's so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on my ingredients. I've got my 2 cups of cheese in here. I've got my Parmesan in here. Then you're gonna place your sausage on a paper towel to drain out any grease. You don't want a greasy ball. You want it to be somewhat drained from the grease. Next, you're going to hand shred your cheese. Did you know that hand shredded cheese has less creepy carbs in it? That shredded cheese has more creepy carbs. The additives and anti-thickening agents in pre-shredded cheese can potentially lead to having creepy carbs. So I always suggest just hand shred it. It tastes way better, and it's preventative of creepy carbs. My egg and my pork panko and or my pork rinds. Next, you're going to mix together in a bowl your sausage, your Parmesan, like all of your ingredients, your egg, slap it all together in a bowl and hand squeeze it together to mix it. To start shaping and molding like snowballs, but a 1.5 inch diameter of your sausage bites, and then they should be pretty, like, pack them together. Go ahead and put those into your air fryer. And then you're gonna set your air fryer. I love the COSORI air fryer. You're gonna set that to 325 degrees to 12 to 14 minutes. That range can depend on how big your bite balls are. I would say, look, cook them at 12 and then see if they're browning, if they're burning or whatever, and then pop them back in maybe for another minute or two. And then after these cook, these beautiful sausage bite balls, however you want to call them, last for up to 3 days in an airtight container. I personally love Pyrex. They make a good container, and that will be in the description link below too. Your question of the day, put in the comments below, what do you look forward to making out of these recipes? I can't wait to hear. The next recipe that I'm going to be doing on this keto meal prep video is going to be chicken kebabs. Now, wait, you haven't tried these chicken kebabs unless you tried the chemist's chicken kebabs. Many of y'all have asked in my meal prep videos about my love for basil pesto. I try to weave that into pretty much every dish I have just because I love it so much, and because for the ketogenic diet, it's high fat, moderate protein, low carb. And so making sure that pesto does have that high fats in it, it's so delicious. So what you're gonna do today on your chicken kebab air fryer ketogenic diet meal prep video. So what you're first gonna need for your chicken kebab recipe for our keto meal prep is gonna be skewers. You can use wooden or metal. I had the wooden ones. We are going to soak those, and that will come up in a few minutes for the instructions. 2 chicken breasts, ideally organic, but do the best that you can afford. Next, 1 zucchini, 1 yellow squash, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I happen to love Bragg's, the brand Bragg's. 2/3 cup of avocado oil or olive oil, whatever you have in your pantry. But I do have my favorite avocado oil, will be in the description link below, and then also in the recipe too. 1/3 cup of basil pesto, 6 cloves of garlic, but I used from my Aldi keto grocery haul the squeezy garlic. So you probably want to use 6 teaspoons of that, and then 2 tablespoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of pink salt or Maldon salt. Usually I use Maldon salt. I just didn't have it handy when I was cooking. And then 1/4 teaspoon of your pepper. And then of course using a COSORI air fryer or whatever. Next, you're going to cut your chicken. So here's the instructions for our keto meal prep. This recipe, this is an easy ketogenic recipe to cook. It's going to be cut your chicken pieces into 1 inch by 1 inch pieces. You want to make them a little bit smaller so it's easier to cook in the air fryer. You can use a Ziploc baggie, but I liked using a Pyrex container. I'm really trying to be intentional in my keto meal prep videos to stop using plastic and waste, right? Like someone had made a comment, and the way they said it wasn't super nice, but their point was really actually very important about how much waste people use through meal prep. And I was like, gosh, that's a really profound thing that made me think about. So when you write comments, feel free to put in the comments below. I love interacting in the comments. But it made me think, gosh, how much waste am I using? So instead of using a Ziploc bag to marinate the chicken, you can use a Pyrex dish to marinate your chicken, which is what I did. So put in your Pyrex container, glass container at the bottom, your avocado oil. And then put your chicken pieces on top of this. And then go ahead and add your apple cider vinegar, your basil pesto, your garlic, oregano, paprika, pink salt, pepper, and a partridge in a pear tree. While you're down there, make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and get all of these recipes down off of countlessoflowcarb.com. They'll be in the description link below too. Okay, so by hand, squish all the ingredients together. A lot of these, like, we're getting our hands dirty. This is royal weight loss meets real life. We like to get our hands dirty in there, like the Sesame Street chef. So mix it together and let that marinade sit covered for about 3 hours in the refrigerator. Using wooden skewers, go ahead and put them in water for an hour or two. We don't want those bad boys crisping, and it will make it cooking a little bit easier. When you clean off, while all of that's going on, clean off your vegetables. Use my pesticide video of how you can remove 2 major pesticides by cleaning your vegetables in a particular way. That video will also be linked in the description link below too. Chop your zucchini and squash into 1/3 inch thickness sized pieces. Put your chicken, a zucchini, a chicken, a squash, a chicken, a zucchini, a chicken, a squash. Go ahead and put that rotation on your skewers and add a little space in between so the air can circulate to help cook these bad boys a little bit more easily. Go ahead and so one word to the wise that I wish I had done while cooking this was I wish I had shortened my skewers to fit my COSORI air fryer. That COSORI air fryer is freaking amazing, but I didn't realize my skewers were way longer than the actual air fryer basket. So cut your skewers or make your skewer sizes fit. I just happened to cross mine to put them in the air fryer basket so I could only cook 2 at a time. If you were cooking more, you probably would want to up your time temperature, make it cook a little bit longer. But because I only cooked 2, I cooked it for 325 degrees. That doesn't change. That's going to stay the same because of the vegetables we're cooking. We don't want to like pulverize our squash and zucchini. But I cooked it for 12 to 14 minutes. Check on this because your chicken pieces that you cut may be a little bit different, right? Like this is, again, royal weight loss meets real life. So make sure that you're cooking it at, like check the length of it too. And if you could fit more skewers in there, maybe you up your time a little bit. So hopefully that helps. And then once you're done, voila! This dish is amazing. Again, same thing, can last in your kitchen, last in your fridge for about 2 days, maybe 3 days if you're pushing it. I would personally not freeze this one. A lot of my Countess of Low Carb recipes, you can freeze for the ketogenic diet, but for this particular one, I just like to eat it. I mean, you could feasibly freeze it and then re-microwave it, but I hate re-microwaving chicken like that. So just cook it and then eat it for the next 2 days and have it for leftovers, or even put it as an omelet as leftovers. You can make a delicious omelet or salad with the leftover pieces. You have made it this far to recipe number 3 in my keto meal prep video. I'm using my COSORI air fryer. Don't you love your air fryer? I love air fryers. They're so fun and they're so easy, and the cleanup is so easy too. Was one of the reasons why I love this, having an enriched schedule. I like an air fryer for easy cleanup. Number 3, if you've made it this far, we're gonna do fried pickles. Pickles, the ingredients I used was 1/3 cup almond flour, 1/3 cup Parmesan, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of Malden's sea salt. I love Malden's salt. And then 2 eggs, and then a glass jar of your pickle chips. I got mine from Aldi, from my Aldi shopping haul. Make sure your pickles do not have creepy carbs or additive sugars. A lot of pickle companies on the back will slide some sugars in there, and that can add to weight stalls for you, right? Like I, at one point in my weight loss journey, on my keto weight loss journey, was not losing weight, and it was because of all these different creepy carbs. So check your labels and make sure there's no sugar on the back of that pickle jar. So first thing you do is you mix all of your dry ingredients together. We're gonna make an egg wash basically. So you have your dry ingredients. The second bowl is gonna be your eggs. You may need 2 to 3 eggs. I said 2, but you might need 3. Crack those eggs, whisk them all together. And then take your pickle chips and then dip them in the eggs and then dip them into your dry materials. I just put them on a paper plate so I can easily load them into my air fryer, but you could just load them into your air fryer, like have your dipping station next to your air fryer, so just putting them on there. We're gonna go ahead and put these in our COSORI, and applesauce is here to see if I drop anything, which I probably will. I'm gonna go ahead and put these into my air fryer basket. Then I cooked my air fryer keto pickle chips for 400 degrees in the air fryer for 5 minutes on one side. And then I flipped my pickles and cooked them for 400 degrees for 5 minutes on the other side. Your thickness of your pickle chips may vary if your pickle chips are longer or shorter or thicker or small than my 5 minutes. So just check your air fryer maybe at the 3 or 4 minute mark when you flip it to make sure it doesn't burn it. But they should be nice and crispy when you pull them out. Voila, this is a great keto recipe, super, super easy keto meal. And I like it because you can dip it in with guacamole, you can dip it with some sour cream dip, you could dip it in some Alfredo, you could dip it in a lot of different things. It would be great for a Super Bowl party, great for a Memorial Day weekend party, 4th of July. You can use it, it's like really cool. You can use it for a lot of different things. I personally though like to keep it warm and don't want it to cool. So pretty much we serve it and then we eat it. So it's a warm pickle chip. If you have loved this video, make sure you go down below and sign up for our free weekly Wednesday keto meal plan. And also click like on this video, click subscribe, and check out part 1 of our keto meal shopping and part 3, which is our second keto meal prep video that will have in it, what will it have in it? Steak bites. It will have steak bites, deviled eggs, and one more recipe that's a surprise recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful for you. Put in the comments below what you look forward to trying. That's your question of the day, and I can't wait to hear what you look forward to trying. Make it a powerful day. Bye, guys. You do kebabs?
You make fruit kebabs.
You make fruit kebabs? Should we make fruit kebabs? Do you want to make fruit kebabs later today or